Hello everyone, it's Axeman here. Today I'm going to be doing a revisit of the Dracolyte. The last video I did is fairly outdated and has been for quite some time now, and I was kind of biased in it too, completely missing out all of the cons I had to say about the class, which was pretty shit of me. Well, now it's time for me to rectify all that, and we're going to start as usual with the skills. The Dracolyte uses fire-based attacks. Although they don't cause any sort of elemental damage, it's still going to be shooting out fireballs and using a flamethrower to kill your enemies. Your main attack, and which I personally think is the best main attack in the game, is literally a flamethrower. The unique thing about this attack is that it has a continuous attack speed. It's not affected by gear or negative effects from liquids. The attack itself causes a continuous stream of damage. It has a small cone-like range that makes it pretty easy to hit 2 or 4 mobs that are standing right in front of you. The first skill you unlock is Spitfire. The small little dragon pet that hovers around your shoulders will suddenly become fat after you've caused a certain amount of damage with your main attack. He'll also make a strange noise when he's ready. It's easy to forget this attack, but if you train yourself to listen to that noise, you'll be spamming this skill in no time. It does a pretty decent amount of damage for what it is. It's a good idea to use this skill just to take that last bit of health off a boss that's just about to die. This skill only uses 5 energy, so it's not one of those skills you have to worry about running out of energy for. The second skill you unlock is Burnt Offering. This skill is pretty OP, in the right build. It's a small bomb that you throw out and detonates after it's been hit by you or another player 4 times. So why is this skill fairly OP? Well, throwing one bomb on the floor is completely pointless, but if you cake the floor on them, then detonate them all in one, it's basically like setting off a mini nuke. It's a good idea to throw out as many as you can before a boss fight to cause a huge amount of burst damage to them. This skill does use 60 energy however, so it's pretty thirsty to use. It's a good idea to get a high energy regen if you plan on spamming these things out. Your ultimate skill, which is arguably the greatest ultimate skill in the game, is Avatar of Flame. You transform to a fucking dragon. That's right, a motherfucking dragon. This badass son of a bitch increases your resistance to damage, movement speed, attack speed and stability. If you somehow manage to die in this form, you've seriously messed up somewhere. And to top this skill off, it also has a fairly quick cooldown time. If I'm doing a 3-star dungeon, I can usually use this skill in the first and the last boss. However, there have been some cases where I've managed to use this skill on all 3 bosses. And finally for the skills, your passive skill. This allows you to move in lava quickly and you also take less damage than everyone else. Not much to say about this. So what stats does the Dracolyte need? This part is totally up to you. Although my recommendations would be magic damage, energy regen, health regen and extra health for the staff and the face. Then for the hat I'd recommend energy regen, health regen, extra health and increase your health percentage. For the ring however, this part is entirely up to you. Personally I use magic damage and jump because I like to jump around, but like I said this is totally up to you. Now what pet should the Dracolyte use? Now this is something I didn't have in my old guide. For the Dracolyte the only real pets you should use is the Prowling Shadow Samantha. The 2.2% health regen when you damage something does wonders for the Dracolyte's unique basic attack. A flamethrower that heals you every time it hits something, that's a fucking no-brainer. Now what emblems and flash should the Dracolyte use? Use any flask you like. Emblems on the other hand, it would be a good idea to use the Arcane emblem for the huge damage boost. The second emblem is kind of tricky. Personally I use the Vampiric emblem for the insane health regen, but I'm pretty sure there's others out there that'll disagree with me, or just use something different. But honestly, when I'm the one not dying in a shadow arena or in U6, I'm not the one complaining. Shots fired! And now finally the pros and cons that I completely missed out for my other guide. Pros. This class is a total fucking tank. With the right gear, everything you do just heals you whilst causing damage to everything else. And the ultimate skill alone is just a huge fucking seller for this thing alone. Cons on the other hand, your basic attack has limited maneuverability compared to all the other magic classes out there. It's easy to forget that Spitfire skill as well. But other than that, there's not really much anything else bad I can say about this class. Overall, I still love this class. And with the unique setup thanks to emblems and pets, you can basically turn yourself into a dragon nuking tank. And let's be honest, that does sound pretty badass. And with that out of the way guys, would you look at that, I've already finished this guide. I seem to finish these things a lot quicker now that I've stopped rambling about everything else. But anyway, thanks for watching the video guys. I hope I've helped some of you and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks again, hope to see you again soon. Bye!